Think about the last time a customer walked into your showroom, grabbed a couple samples, and said, "We're gonna think about it," and you never heard from them again. Or the last time your phone rang while you were on a job site and it went straight to voicemail. Or the quote you sent out 2 weeks ago that's still sitting there because nobody followed up. Every one of those is money you lost. And here's the thing, there are flooring companies right now that aren't losing those jobs anymore, because they've started using AI to catch what's falling through the cracks. In this video, I'm gonna show you 5 AI tools that connect into one system, a system that captures every lead, follows up automatically, and helps you close more jobs without hiring another person. Most of these tools are free or cheap. None of them require you to be a tech guy, and I guarantee at least one of your competitors is already using them. Let's get into it, starting with the single biggest game changer I've seen for flooring sales. There's one moment in the flooring sales process where more jobs are lost than anywhere else, and most flooring company owners don't even realize it's happening. It has nothing to do with your pricing, your product, or your installers. Think about what happens in most flooring showrooms. A homeowner walks in, they're excited about redoing their floors, and then they look around and there are hundreds of samples on the walls. Hardwood, LVP, tile, laminate, every color, every texture, every brand. They start pulling samples, holding them up, squinting at them, trying to imagine what their living room's gonna look like. And after about 30 minutes, something shifts. They go from excited to overwhelmed. They grab a couple samples, say, "We're gonna take these home and think about it," and then they walk out the door. And a lot of the time, you never hear from them again. They either went with somebody who made the decision easier, or they just put the whole project off. And it's not their fault. You're asking somebody to imagine what a 4-inch sample is gonna look like across their entire kitchen floor. That's almost impossible. Now imagine that same homeowner walks in, and instead of guessing, you hand them a tablet and say, "Here, take a photo of your room." They snap a picture of their kitchen, and in seconds, you're looking at their actual kitchen with your exact flooring product on the floor. They can flip between options, compare colors, see it in their space. That overwhelm is gone. Now they're excited again and they're ready to buy. That's what AI-powered floor visualization does. No app download, no special equipment. It takes seconds and it looks realistic. The biggest name in this space is Roomvo. But here's what most people miss. The big manufacturers like Shaw, Mohawk, Engineered Floors are all rolling out visualization tools and offering them to their dealer networks. A lot of them are free through their partner programs. So if your manufacturer offers a visualizer and you're not using it, that's literally free money sitting on the table. And don't just put this on your website and forget about it. Use it in your sales process. When you're doing an in-home estimate, pull it up on a tablet. Show the homeowner 3 or 4 options in their actual room right there on the spot. It collapses that decision-making window from weeks down to minutes. Instead of, "Let me think about it," you get, "Let's do it." If you take one thing from this video and implement it this week, get a visualizer set up. Check with your manufacturer list first because it might not even cost you a dime. That alone will set you apart from the majority of flooring companies in your market. But here's the thing, you can have the best visualizer in the world and a customer who's ready to reach out, but none of that matters if they try to contact you and nobody's there. And for most flooring companies, that's exactly what's happening way more often than you think. There's a silent killer in the flooring business that costs owners thousands of dollars a month, and they never see it happening because you can't count the leads you don't know you lost. Here's the reality for most flooring companies. You're out on a job site, your office person is on another call or already went home for the day. It's 6:30 in the evening and nobody's around. The phone rings and it goes to voicemail. Now here's what you need to understand about that moment. The majority of people who hit your voicemail are not going to leave a message. They're not gonna call back tomorrow. They're gonna hang up and call the next flooring company on the list. That lead is gone and you didn't even know it existed. The same thing is happening on your website. Someone's browsing your site at 9 p.m. looking at some LVP options. They have questions. There's nobody to talk to. So they look around for a minute and leave. There are tools now that solve both of these problems. On the phone side, AI answering services will pick up your phone with your company name, have a natural conversation with the caller, answer basic questions about your services, capture their contact info and project details, and even book an estimate on your calendar. Tools like GoodCall and Smith AI are doing this right now. Pricing starts around $30 a month. On the website side, chatbots from companies like Tidio can sit on your site and engage visitors around the clock, answering questions, collecting info, and scheduling estimates while you're asleep. Now, I want to be clear about something. I'm not saying replace your people with AI during business hours. If you've got good phone staff, keep them answering the phone. But think about this comparison instead. AI answering your phone versus voicemail. That's the real choice, and it's not even close. A customer who hits your voicemail is probably gone forever. A customer who has a conversation, even with an AI, that captures their info and books them an appointment, that's a lead you just saved that you would have lost. for less than $1 a day. Okay, so now they've seen the floors in their room, they reached out, and your AI captured the lead. Now there's a clock ticking. How fast can you get them a number? Because for most of your competitors, the answer is way too slow, and it's costing them the job. There's a bottleneck in the flooring sales process that's quietly killing close rates, and it has nothing to do with the quality of your estimates. It's how long they take to get out the door. Think about what typically happens. A lead comes in, you schedule an estimate, your estimator drives across town, measures the room, drives back, puts together a quote, sends it over. That whole process might take 2, 3, sometimes 5 days. And in that window, the homeowner has already gotten 2 other quotes from companies that were faster. There's a tool now that can dramatically compress this. It's called Measure. It's built into your website. The homeowner fills in some basic info about their project, uploads a few photos of the room, and the AI analyzes those photos. It figures out the room size, looks at the existing flooring, evaluates the layout, and generates a full itemized estimate based on your pricing. Labor, materials, demolition, prep work, installation, all broken down. The homeowner gets a real number in minutes instead of days. Now think about what that means for your sales process. You can give a homeowner a solid ballpark estimate before you ever send somebody to the house. That pre-qualifies the lead. If the number's in their budget, they're a serious buyer worth sending your estimator to. If it's not, the tire kickers filter themselves out and your estimator's time is protected. But this doesn't replace the in-home consultation. Your estimator still goes out, verifies everything, builds the relationship, closes the deal. But now they're only showing up to appointments with people who already know roughly what it costs and are ready to move forward. Your estimator stops wasting afternoons arriving to dead-end appointments. Every visit is with a pre-qualified buyer who's already seen a number and said, yeah, I'm in. That is a completely different close rate. Now here's something that most of your competitors aren't thinking about at all yet. And it's one that caught me off guard because it's changing how customers find flooring companies in the first place. And if you're not set up for it, you're invisible to a growing chunk of your market. There's a massive shift happening right now in how homeowners find flooring companies. And almost nobody in your market has any idea it's going on. More and more homeowners are skipping Google entirely. They're going straight to ChatGPT or Google's AI overview and typing things like, who are the best flooring companies near me, or best LVP installer in Dallas. And AI is giving them direct answers. It's recommending specific companies by name. Now, the way AI decides who to recommend is different from traditional Google rankings, but it pulls from a lot of the same places. Your Google business profile, your reviews, your website content, how you describe your services, whether you're answering common questions on your site. The flooring companies showing up in those AI-generated answers right now are the ones that already have strong reviews, detailed service pages, and an active online presence. And here's what's interesting. Everything we've been talking about in this video feeds directly into this. The reviews you collect, the content on your website, your Google business profile, it all matters for AI search too. And this is still early. Most flooring companies have zero idea this is even happening. But the ones who start paying attention now are gonna have a massive head start when this becomes the default way people search for services. And that shift is coming faster than most people think. Here's your action item. Make sure your Google business profile is completely filled out. Post to it regularly and use keywords and neighborhood names in your posts. Add Q&A to your profile and make sure your website has a dedicated page for each service you offer. Hardwood refinishing, LVP, installation tile, carpet. Don't lump everything on one page. That alone puts you ahead when it comes to both traditional search and AI search. Here's what most people miss. Every tool I've shown you, the visualizer, the AI phone answering, the instant estimates, AI search, they're all just pieces. Without a system connecting them, they don't work. So let me show you how the whole thing comes together. Every tool I've shown you so far is a piece of the puzzle, but there's one thing that turns 5 separate tools into a single machine that runs your sales process while you sleep. And it's the piece that most flooring companies are completely missing. You need a CRM. It doesn't matter which one. Go high level, Jobber, Service Titan, Q Floors, whatever works for your business. But you need one. Because if leads are coming in from your website, from your ads, from Google, and they're just landing in your text messages or a spreadsheet, or worse, nowhere at all, you are losing money. A CRM gives you one place to capture every single lead, track every follow-up, and manage your entire pipeline. But the real power is in the automation. Here's what should happen every time a lead comes in. Doesn't matter where it came from. Your system instantly sends a text message, it attempts a phone call. If they don't answer, it drops a voicemail automatically. Then 12 hours later, another follow-up text goes out. Then another one 24 hours after that. You'd be stunned at how many people respond to the 3rd or 4th follow-up text. Not because they weren't interested, but because they were busy. They were at work, they were driving, life happened. But most flooring companies text once, maybe call once, and that's it. They just give up. And that lead goes cold. Let me ask you something. How many quotes are sitting in your pipeline right now that you sent out and never followed up on? Be honest with yourself. Because most flooring companies have tens of thousands of dollars in unsold estimates just sitting there. Nobody called them back, nobody checked in, nobody asked if they had questions or if they were ready to move forward. An automated follow-up sequence can revive those dead leads without you or your team lifting a finger. And one more thing, after every completed job, your system should automatically send a review request. Your Google Business Profile is one of the most valuable marketing assets you own, and consistent 5-star reviews compound over time. This is easy to automate, and most flooring companies still aren't doing it. And remember what we talked about a minute ago. Those reviews are exactly what feeds AI search. So this creates a loop. And here's what I really want you to see here. Let me paint the full picture for you. A homeowner searching for a flooring company. They ask ChatGPT or Google's AI, and your company comes up because you've got strong reviews and a detailed online presence. They visit your website and the visualizer lets them see your floors in their room. They're excited and the chatbot captures their info and books an estimate. An AI-generated ballpark quote goes out immediately. Your estimator shows up to a pre-qualified appointment and closes the deal. After the job's done, an automated review request fires. The customer leaves a 5-star review. That review strengthens your presence in AI search. And the next customer finds you the same way. That is a closed loop. That is a system that gets stronger every time it runs. And it works while you're on a job site, while you're at dinner with your family, while you're asleep. That is the complete AI system for a flooring company. 5 tools, 1 loop. Every lead captured, every follow-up automated, every review collected. The flooring companies that build this in the next 12 months are gonna pull so far ahead of their competition that it will be almost impossible to catch them. And now you have the entire blueprint. And every one of these tools is a multiplier. They multiply whatever marketing is already driving leads into your business. So the better your marketing, the harder these tools work for you. So if you want to make sure the leads flowing into this system are actually profitable, I made this video right here where I break down exactly how to advertise your flooring business, what's working right now, how much to spend, and how to know if your ads are actually making you money. Go watch that one next.